Today is Friday the 8th of June 2012 and I think this is my 311th video, but don't quote me on that. I'd like to welcome you to my bathtub. I've been trying to find places around my parents' house that I can vlog in that has decent lighting and decent acoustics. Don't really know much about acoustics, but decent sound quality, and haven't really found anywhere. I thought I found a place yesterday where it was on top of a chest of drawers, but as you can see it did cut off half of my head. And that traditionally is a bit of a no-go in terms of vlogging preferences. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what was going on with yesterday's video. I had a feeling I'd be in shot, but I didn't quite measure it out properly. But it won't happen again, I assure you. Today, as always, I had work from 11 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock, imaginary watch. It went really well. It was a surprisingly good day at work. I got in and my boss was in a really good mood. And this is quite rare because she's usually quite angry with me, because usually I'm not the best of employees. And I thought maybe she was just annoyed at me all the time, but we made nice and we had a wonderful time about it, and she was just in a really good mood all day, and we had a laugh and a joke, and it was all good. I got sent down Tesco's to get supplies for the kitchen because we were running low on bread and usual kitchen things. So I decided to pick myself up a bit of lunch as well, and I had a chicken chorizo sandwich, which was so good. Oh my god, so good. And I had that, and I also had a couple of donuts, because Krispy Kremes have started a small little kiosk thing in my local branch of Tesco's, and I'm working my way through all of them to see which is the nicest one, and I really shouldn't do that. I bought 3 today, which I really shouldn't have done, because I buy an original glaze that's like a normal one that I like, and then the risky one to see whether or not I like it, and then I just bought an original glaze one for Becky because she's coming into work later on, so I left her a donut because, you know, top boyfriend. And it was when I was halfway through a raspberry glazed, which is my favourite donut. I didn't want to buy any of the new ones. I wasn't in the mood to feel a bit risky today in terms of donuts. And I started having a heart palpitation. And I think it was at that point when I looked at the red oozing lump of dough in my hand that I realised I might need to change my opinion on the fact that Krispy Kremes are not like air and you can't inhale them and also survive without any kind of heart problems. I'm not saying that the Krispy Kremes are the sole reason I have a bad heart, but I've sort of always had it. I don't know if I mentioned it in videos before. I did hint at it a few months ago when I said I had problems that I need to go to the doctors about, because I didn't want to make it seem way more dramatic than it actually is, but it gets to the point that my heart sort of beats out of rhythm, and then if I breathe in, my lung, one of my lungs, presses onto my heart and I can't get a full intake of breath, so I have to take a few seconds for it to sort of pass. And I still haven't gone to the doctors about it, which makes me kind of worried because, you know, as your heart is your life muscle, it's what keeps you alive, besides your brain obviously, but you are technically alive even if you don't have a brain because you've still got a beating heart. I may go and get that sorted, no, I will go get that sorted from the doctors. Like the doctors are just going to go, here's a new heart, yeah, that'd be great. I have a setup in this bathroom currently, which I've been using for a couple of days, which I can only describe as a crap top. And in case you didn't know what a crap top was, I believe it is an actual term, but in case it wasn't abundantly obvious, I'll show you it now. Basically, you just put your laptop on a chair in front of the toilet, so then you can go and surf at the same time. Now, you might call that disgusting, but I call that quite efficient. Let's be honest, people that crap really quickly are strange. We all know someone that's like that craps really quickly. I'll give you an example. Jess, the girl that I'm living with next year, can crap in about 30 seconds, and I find that quite weird, because girls alone are supposed to take ages in the toilet, but that's because they're doing their makeup and if they're having a wee. But Jess can actually have a full-on session in less time it takes me to sneeze. I think there's some weird technique that she knows that I don't, or that anyone knows that takes a normal amount of time, and that's why she's so much quicker than me. And I will interview her in great depth to try and figure out what the source is of her defecation power. Because I'm one of those people that takes crapping as a recreational activity. Most people are one of those people that are just like, oh, I'm just going to go in, oh god, I'm having a period, it's the most disgusting thing in the world, oh my god, it's gross, I'm just going to quickly have a period, then I'll be done with it, and no one will ever know that I have a period. But I'm like, no, I need a laptop, or my phone, or a book, and I'm gone for a good 20 minutes, half an hour, for a good session, and it'll all be good. I do apologise if you're getting offended by the fact that I'm talking about the human act of defecation, which we all do, but, you know, let's not draw attention to it, because any baby with a brain can tell you everybody poops. Sorry, I had to put that in there. So that is my crap top setup, basically, and I felt like sharing that secret with the world today, because after all, I am doing this vlog from in a bath. The final thing that I want to talk about is I'm having a night in tonight and it's going to be magical. I was tempted to run a bath and sit here and vlog in the bath, but I thought, you know what, that's a bit too... I mean, I might get some unnecessary older generation men from Eastern Europe that would be quite interested in my videos for a very, very undesirable reason. So that's why I am fully clothed. If you don't know, actually, it's quite comfy to sleep in a bath. A lot of people have done it. I've done it personally at several house parties, and I imagine you have as well if you've gone to any decent house parties in your time. But yeah, I'm having a night in, and I'm going to play a bit of Xbox, and then I'm going out to watch Matt Love perform, and I'm going to take some videos of him and see if I can get it in tomorrow's video. And I'm also doing his promotional video soon about his live band, Element, who are fantastic, I've heard. I haven't personally watched them myself, but yeah. So, I hope you've enjoyed this vlog from inside a bath, and I may do several in the future, depending on how well it turns out in the edit. So yeah, that's about it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. I don't know why I was staring at a tap then. Sup.